Hi, it's been a few weeks since I made the YouTube recording because I've been under a tremendous amount of distress. I'm understanding that individuals are basically claiming that they lost my own identity and someone is authorizing them to get a hold of my personal information. As I said before, and I will reiterate, I have not lost any of my identification of goods. Only thing that was stolen from me was my Social Security card in March of 2010, and then in June of 2006 under my old name. Other than that, I have not lost any of my identification of goods, and nor have I filed any paperwork since last year regarding my identification of goods. Now, I did file the issue regarding my identity theft in March of 2010 and then in May of 2010 because someone had informed me that they were distributing fake copies of my identification of goods after they had made copies of my identification of goods in color under my old name. As soon as I discovered this, besides, I already was in a process of changing my name. I waited around the court date. It was near the court date of my name change. And I immediately had to change my identification of goods. As soon as I did, my identification of goods, the last one I had changed was May 31st. And then on April 1st, I was discarded from the shelter without any excuse. There is a 911 there's a 911 call regarding the issue that I had made, and also the counselor of that particular facility that day, but no one gave me an explanation of why. So I'm assuming that on May 31st, either someone has followed me or because of the encroachment, they decided to discard me. Now I've been threatened that by the end of this year, I will not have no identity at all. That someone has basically assumed my identity illegally without me going, without receiving some type of subpoena to show up in court over my own identity. Like I reiterated before, and I'm going to clarify it real clearly. I have historical information. I have documented pretty much with quite a bit of red tape with my identification of goods, as well as that when I went to, because of segregation, when I was in grade school and high school, there were no Caucasians or Hispanics in my school. So I don't really understand why people have targeted me. And now I'm hearing because I can read and write. Because I can read and write, that makes me a target. I didn't ask for this situation. I don't even know why people are targeting me or harassing me. All I know is that those old information no longer exists. I can't go to the store without being harassed. I sat there in one of the grocery stores, went to ask a question, and the store manager said he was new. The employee walked up and she said, pretend that I am her. I'm listening to all of this. And then she said, we're trying to get her arrested. I never met none of these people. But because of the encroachment, I am being targeted and flagged because of my identification of goods. Someone knows something and something was very much compromised. And it's a matter of, do I have the right to exist? Or do I have to stop existing for someone else to exist and they're comfortable because they need an identification? Those are my authentic identification of goods. If you look at my previous YouTubes, I have evidence out there. Also, they said there was crucial evidence out there because of the college I had attended as well. The front and back, they don't make those anymore. And those were the original IDs that I received when I first attended there. This is getting to be quite interesting. They're saying I'm ill right now. See, look at this. It's getting bigger. They're saying I can't exist anymore. But we think someone's better than you and they have the right to exist under your identification of goods. You don't have any rights. And so it's a right to life. Will they extinguish my life for someone to live and live comfortable under the umbrella of United States sovereignty? Where is my rights in this? You have prosecuted criminals for dog fights, killing dogs, and here people sitting up here harming me physically, writing up things fraudulently, forging signatures. I never gave anyone authorization of a power of attorney. I never given anyone authorization to do anything for me. But they're going to try to make it look like I'm mentally ill. I even heard they have put people in a hospital under my social security number and fake identification of goods so it can show up on my record like I'm mentally ill about all this when I'm really isn't. But they fail to realize those hospitals have to have surveillance cameras when those people enter. And they don't realize they have to have a surveillance camera, and then it's going to be a legal lawsuit because of the fact this is criminal. So someone is trying to sabotage my life to make it look like I'm unstable so they can justify these people's existence or keep me silent about what they have done under my identification of goods. Again, I'm ill. I am disabled. And I cannot even go to the store without being harassed. I can't even walk down the street without being harassed. If they're talking about hitting somebody in the face when I'm around, you can I keep cash receipts. I have forwarded to the authorities. You can subpoena those tapes and look at it yourselves when they're right behind me. I can't even go to the store when they're showing their rage towards the shelves of the grocery store. I don't understand, and I don't know them. I don't know. I have never been acquainted with any of these individuals at all. But it has something to do with ID poachers and identity theft.